This video is brought to you by Keeps. Stick around to hear more about the discount they're providing to the entire upper echelon community. Okay, everybody saw the title, so let's get right into it. Metaverse projects are completely out of control, and the ability of these projects to sucker in hundreds, thousands, even millions of dollars from ill-informed buyers and fans is, quite frankly, unbelievable to me. There are more metaverse scams than I can possibly think of, investigate, or even just name right here in the video, but today I want to look at what is, without a doubt, the worst one that I have ever seen. A lot of people will probably think that this is yet another Earth 2 video, but no, it isn't, because Earth 2, by comparison, would almost be impressive. I'm talking today about Atlas Earth. Atlas Earth is a geolocation-based mobile game. Think of something like Pokemon Go as an easy example. Developed by a company called Atlas Reality, formerly known as Cerberus Interactive, Atlas Earth was the subject of a crowdsourced funding mechanism in 2019. The company successfully raised $1.75 million to bring their augmented reality games to market. And so far, they have launched two separate games. I say game with a hefty amount of sarcasm because Atlas Earth isn't really a game. It's a one-dimensional money pit, but I'll demonstrate that in just a minute. Two separate games known as Atlas Empires and Atlas Earth. For today, I'm going to focus on Atlas Earth because this is one of the saddest, most manipulative, useless applications you could ever possibly download onto your smartphone. And yet, some people are throwing tens of thousands of dollars into it right now, which they will never earn back because the ROI, return on investment here, for a $5 purchase is longer than the lifespan of the oldest human being that has ever walked the planet. Before breaking down precisely why this is the worst metaverse project I've ever seen and simply should not exist, let's look at what you actually do. This right here is Atlas Earth. For the sake of gathering footage, I recorded this on BlueStacks, which is just an emulator for my computer, so I don't have to use my phone, but the results are the same, so let's take a look. The first thing that happens when you start up this game is a warning that says, Atlas Earth is a metaverse game intended to reward loyal gamers by giving cash back. It should not be used as an investment, end quote. Great start. That's effectively what the entire community is blatantly doing right now, treating these metaverse scams as investments and launching their life savings into the proverbial sun, but cool. It's a game, not an investment. Also, yes, this guy is the person greeting you on his poorly set up green screen. I don't know how anyone in their right mind looks at this guy and this app and says, I'm going to dump $30,000 into this to buy digital land. But we live in the age of NFTs and cryptocurrency and metaverses, so I guess the concept of common sense has just completely died off. Anyway, once you get talked at by a human cartoon villain hybrid for 5 minutes, you get into this game and you realize that all you can do is buy tiles. These tiles don't really do anything. You can't even hardly view or sort them, but the one thing they do give you is rent. The primary and practically only feature of this game is buying little squares on the map so that the squares can give you rent per second in the form of actual US dollars. Amazing. There are a couple of secondary systems at play here, such as the ability to walk around physically and pick up diamonds, right? So you walk around with your phone and then you click the diamond on the screen when you're close enough to it in the real world, which then let you spin the wheel, right? You get the diamond, you use the diamond to spin the wheel, and the wheel can give you Atlas bucks. And those Atlas bucks, which are the premium currency of the game, are then used to buy more tiles, right? It's always about the tiles. Also, the ability to watch an ad every, 20 minutes and boost your rent by 3,000% for 1 hour, and watch ads to earn 2 Atlas bucks at a time as well. But every single feature in the entire application is a funnel for you to either get or buy tiles and earn real money with those tiles. That's the entire game. Okay, sponsor time. Any longtime viewers of the channel will know exactly what I'm about to say because it's true, but for anyone else, let me tell you about Keeps. Keeps is a hair loss prevention treatment with more 5-star reviews than any of its current competitors. You can order and get treated directly from your home for a cheaper price tag than competing products, and they offer generic versions of the only 2 officially FDA-approved hair loss treatments on the entire market. 2 out of 3 men experience hair loss before the age of 35, and pretty much everyone who watches this channel right now are men between 18 and 45. Not everyone, but most people. Hence, a perfect partnership. For a limited time, using the link down below, you can get 50% off your first order. Again, that's 50% off your first order if you click the link down below in the description. Keeps can help prevent, or even reverse in some cases, the process of hair loss, so combining that with an audience who is the most susceptible demographic on the planet right now when it comes to hair loss, it's an ongoing partnership that just makes a lot of sense. Big thank you to Keeps for sponsoring the channel. So, a game built exclusively around rent per second as the only feature, but it's not an investment, yeah, with numerous different systems to funnel you into purchasing tiles always. What could go wrong? What could possibly go wrong? First things first, let's look at their terms of service. Quote, Atlas Reality Incorporated may publish games that pay real-world USD back to the player as cash, there's also typos in this, as cashback rewards styled as payments for the virtual use of virtual land, rent. It is understood that such rent is scheduled by the company and may be subject to change, reduced significantly, and or terminated in our sole discretion. For the avoidance of doubt, payment of rent is not guaranteed. Our intent to pay rent as a cashback reward is not a promise of yield, dividends, interest, or any other form of investment income or return. For the further avoidance of doubt, in games where virtual land generates rent, the sale of such virtual land shall not be construed as a sale of an investment contract, note, or any other form of security. Rather, the sale of virtual land is solely for entertainment and enjoyment purposes. We pay rent solely to reward your loyalty, foster verisimilitude, and enhance your gaming experience. End quote. That is effectively a long-winded way of saying the entire premise of these tiles is rent, the entire premise of our game is rent, but we have no actual responsibility to pay that rent. And really, those useless tiles that generate rent as their sole functionality are just for fun. Got it. Really, truly, just an excellent way to begin here, but let's dig a little bit deeper and understand the math. This is where a simple, badly made mobile game becomes the most incredible example of human stupidity I might have ever seen in my life. Obviously, that's hyperbolic, but honestly, not really. It's pretty damn close. Here are the tiles. You can buy them for about $5 each, and you get paid 0.000000011 per second. The per second there is a really nice touch because it makes you think that the number is going to climb kind of fast. Actually, underpinning the general marketing for this game is content like this. This is on their official YouTube channel and shows someone with an accrued balance of over $2,000 gaining almost $1 per second. That's huge. $86,000 per day type huge. And most people can only dream about that kind of wealth. If that's true, wow, this app is going to change the world. But let's be sure. Let's do the math. $0.000000011 per second, that's 8 zeros, is pretty small. So let's figure out how many seconds it would take to earn $5, right, for one tile. The calculation is pretty simple, and what we find is it's basically 4,545,454,545 seconds. You will have roughly $5 in that amount of time, in 4.5 billion seconds. AKA, you would break even, right? So keep that in mind. 4.5 billion seconds is about 75 million minutes. That's over 1.2 million hours, which is 52,000 days. And when you break this figure down into months and years, you get 1,753 months or 146 years to break even on a $5 common tile. Now, this is where defenders of the project will scream, but you can boost the rent. And it's true, you can boost the rent by 30 times. Wow, that must be crazy. What would it look like? Right? Now, keep in mind, you can only boost for 1 hour at a time. That's very important. You need to boost once per hour to maintain that bonus. And if we pretend that you'll be boosted 100% of the time, all day, every day, we get a new set of numbers. When boosted, you would need roughly 150 million seconds to break even. That's a lot lower than 4 billion to be sure, but simplified further, it becomes over 1,700 days, which is 58 months or 4.8 years. Now, that brings the ROI from almost 150 years to about 5. But there's one more thing to account for. Getting these kinds of boosts requires time. You have to watch ads. I tested all this, by the way, and you can't click away or close it early. The entire ad has to play out on your screen and then be closed. And that means that you would need to watch one ad per hour. Ads are usually 30 seconds long. Every hour of your life for almost 5 continuous years, which comes out to roughly 42,000 ads to break even. 42,000 advertisements would take you 21,000 minutes to watch, which comes out to 355 hours or 14.81 days. 14.81 days to earn $5. You'd be getting paid, right, approximately 1.4 pennies per hour in this game, working effectively as a job, just sitting in front of a screen watching ads, making it more akin to digital serfdom than actual opportunity. You will be paying more in the cost of electricity to charge your phone, roughly 10,000% more than you will ever earn from the tile. And this kind of ROI, actually more than 10,000% more. I think it's 14,000% more on average to charge your phone for that duration of time than you'll earn from the tile. But yeah, anyway, this kind of ROI is hidden at the heart of Atlas Earth as they advertise per second earnings and mask the reality of what it is they actually sell. Now, Obviously, this equation changes the more tiles you have. I can hear it now. People will say, well, that's a completely different figure if I watch ads and I have 100 tiles. And I was able to find what appears to be a pretty standard portfolio from someone in the Atlas Earth Reddit community. And by his own calculation, the portfolio he has of 99 tiles, right, let's call it 100 for the sake of math, will earn roughly $5 per year, or $109 if boosted owing to algorithmic adjustments that the app makes when you routinely boost collections of similar rarity properties, right? They have all these different algorithmic adjustments so that you can't earn as much as you probably should be able to earn. This person with 100 tiles, which theoretically cost about $500 should you actually buy them. Side note, you can get some tiles for free by investing your time every day, so it's not even really free. You're paying for it with time. And you physically walk around and get diamonds or watch literally 50 ads over and over to get one tile. But I'm basing this on a fundamental return calculation, so just keep that in mind, right? I'm assuming that you buy most or all of your tiles and you get some for free, right? Because the time investment to get tiles is actually very, very high. So I'm assuming that you buy most of the tiles. If he buys $500 worth of tiles, right, he is paying for the opportunity to watch 73 hours of ads, one ad per hour of every day per year, 73 hours of ads per year for 5 straight years in order to just break even, or to let that money sit for 100 years just to get back what was put in. 365 hours of ads over 5 years to break even. How about one more calculation? Atlas Earth places advertisements all over social media for their own product, their own application, that showcase astronomical figures of income. The example I gave earlier in the video is actually a really good one as well, because it shows on their official YouTube channel an account earning $1 per second as a demo for one of the features. In order to earn $1 per second, you would need to invest $5 billion on the platform. Yes, that's B with a B. To earn that kind of money that they showcase in their B-roll footage, that kind of rent income, on official pages and advertisements all over the internet, you would need to put roughly $5 billion into their platform. Atlas Earth is entirely dependent on tile sales and advertising. You either pay them for the tiles or you watch ads. And since they operate on a fixed payout ratio till they decide to stop paying everyone rent, which they can do and probably will do at any point for any reason, they need more people to not just buy tiles, but continuously watch advertisements for their business model to even function. Also, they require location tracking, so they probably sell your data as well. Just keep that in mind. This means that the more people they get, the more they have to pay out. And since you can never actually get rid of any tiles, the amount they pay will only ever increase. In simplified terms, they rely on an ever-expanding user base of ad-watching servants. But if that number rises and then falls dramatically, they will not be able to sustain the business. If you buy tiles, you are banking on the notion, right? And this is the critical part. You're banking on the notion that this company will not only continue to exist for decades into the future, but also that it will continue to find advertising contracts and grow its user base for those decades. And all of it so that you can simply break even maybe. To obtain any sort of actual profit from all this, the business would need to somehow maintain a consistently expanding user base of ad-watching drones and advertisers for north of a century. How and why is anyone making that bet? You might say, well, no one is actually doing that. Who could be that stupid? But people are doing it, and they are that stupid. There are threads and comments all over their various different communities, like this one. Quote, sweet, figure out a monthly plan for yourself. I can afford to do the $14.99 3-parcel purchase monthly. Maybe you have more breathing room for the $39.99 9-parcel plan. But yeah, stay on the ads for free Atlas bucks and boost, and you're going to be straight, end quote. Further down, the same person says, and direct quote, I'm a tad nervous investing with AE. I have 169 parcels, top 4 in Rhode Island, and to date I've made $20 from rent, so I'm hoping with future features, with auctioning, badges, landmarks, and whatnot, I'll get profitable returns, but def a long-term play. So you gotta have a lot of faith and a little vision. I'm also long on Tesla as well, so yeah, end quote. These people unironically view Atlas Earth as a long-term vision play. This is an investment to them. 100% it's an investment, equated to something like Tesla. And yet the company can leave at any point for any reason without paying anyone at all. The ROI is decades long on average. Even when you spend hundreds, even thousands of hours watching ads on their platform for them like a Matrix drone, you're still never going to get your money back. Metaverse projects, and I use that word almost in a pejorative sense, right? Because the word project infers some kind of actual thing that they're making. Like this, it's insulting. These are not projects, they're just scams. They've spiraled out of control. This is the worst example I have yet seen, but there is no telling how bad it might get because each of these projects seemingly tries to scrape the bottom of the barrel even lower with every single passing day. That's it. If you want support, there are links down below, primarily Patreon and locals to get away from reliance on YouTube's ad revenue. Also Odyssey, just a platform alternative, another creator to support, merchandise, social media, etc., but I'll cut it there and stop rambling. Also, for anyone who gets the joke, hey, Aria Realty, I know you watch my stuff still. You comment immediately and then delete it when I roast you. I found an incredible new investment opportunity for you. Gotta have a little vision, bro. It's gonna go to the moon. Metaverse tech is gonna change the world. Go check out Atlas Earth. You won't be disappointed. As always, thank you all for watching and have a nice night.